In this episode, I am going to show you my assumption of Arancini Italian rice bowl dish. Hello guys, Chef Prashant Valderi is here. Welcome to IngredientsDiver.com. Let us dive into the topic. First of all, we are all going to see my assumptions about the Arancini Italian rice bowl dish from the outside look. Oki's first point is, there is no rule that this is the recipe that Arancini is supposed to do, because it is thus evolving from one level to the next. People did not want to waste any excess food during the food shortage, and that's why this type of recreation food was invented at that time. The next one, the shape is round, and the reason is that it reflects other food, which is like the shape of an Italian meatballs recipe. It can be made flat or cylindrical, but this is one of the reasons to do it in a round shape without doing so. The final one, this accompaniment to tomato-based sauce is a perfect choice. The perfect accompaniment to this is the flavor, tangy and spicy as they make it through rice food. An Italian sauce that can give those two flavors is defining arrabbiata sauce. The second main thing we were going to see, my assumptions about the Arancini Italian rice bowl dish from the inside look. Inside we have 4 dominant factors, each factor have its own theory, 1 leftover, 2 binding agents, 3 hidden ingredient, 4 deep fry. Okay, let us start with the first factor, leftover. The first one is, risotto food contains rice and broth, a type of rice food that can be made from so many types. But one thing is common. That common element we were looking for is cooked rice. Another thing we need to look at in this dish is rice cooked in broth. The taste of this dish will be surprisingly varied, if it is available a day later to enhance the taste. The next one is, at the end of the risotto recipe, the amount of water in that meal will be fully absorbed into that rice, and will it be well seasoned? The boiled rice we get in this condition has that unique broth flavor in it, and at the time it takes a day. It takes more time to change its taste due to the fermentation process. All these make this Arancini dish special. Cannot be thrown away, and they can create a delicious meal behind them. Not only these, but the rest of the cheese and breadcrumbs are used as well. The next factor we were going to see is binding agent. The first point is, although there are a lot of binding agents, there is a significant advantage in this seg. Readily available and affordable too. Easily adhesive to any material. The next point is, this kind of rice has a bit of moisture. That feature will not allow to getting in shape. It is impossible to combine them and change them to the shape we expect. Final point is, this section requires a material that has a different conductivity than moisture. Next factor we were going to see is hidden ingredients. The first point is, hide like in this dish, surprising element. This malted cheese is a good idea as we know when to break it or cut it. Next point is, this dish has already added a cheese which is mixed well with the rice, but adding one more cheese without letting it stand out shows the culinary knowledge of those people. Next point is, there are many kinds of soft cheeses available there. But people wouldn't allow stuffing for a reason. Some cheeses have more moisture, and that ruins that dish. So because only soft cheese like mozzarella is the perfect choice for stuffing. Final point is, the main reason for this dish, this cheese has a smooth texture. So it can be easily expanded when heat approaches. So cooking it in the middle of the Arancini creates an elongated structure, which is why people often prefer mozzarella cheese. And the final factor is, deep fry. The first point is, vegetable oil is just fine for deep fry like these fried items. The reason for this is that vegetable oil is readily available. Not much cost and easily buy. Next point is, this type of oil is less flavorful and less predominant in fried foods. When using vegetable oil, its flavor does not change the authenticity of the ingredients we fry in it. Next point is, it is also common for this type of oil to be less dense compared to olive oil. The lack of density is also good in a way, because it makes way for the get right color to be available when frying the rice bowl. Final point is, Arancini should be available in exactly the right orange color for us. If the heat is too high, the exterior will probably go from deep red to black. If so, the cheese on the inside will not swell and expand. That is enough for this episode. Okay guys, with that I end up my assumptions about this Arancini rice bowl dish. See you on the next episode.